You're here again. We're in the building.
We live. We live.
We made it here again, Bob.
Made it here again. Another day in shoot news, man.
Yeah, man. We've been tied up. We've been having some busy weeks.
Yeah, you've been traveling the world. I see, boy. I've been. You've been in Ocala. You've been moving around.
Yeah, that is true, man. I've been having a lot on my plate, but I'm just happy to be here, man. How's everything been with you in the time that we've been away from the people?
Oh man, just researching and studying, man. That's all I can say. That's all I've been focused
Yeah,
on.
that's admirable. That's admirable. So let's not even waste no time. Let's get right into it. I definitely wanted to see how you felt about Ti getting into a fight with Drew Taggart. I guess the guy's name is. He's the front man for the band Chainsmokers.
Yeah,
How much you
man.
know about that story?
I mean, I seen it. I seen it, but Tip has always been easily angered. I see. Seems like in his career. Would you agree to that?
He has shown a propensity for violence. I will say that he will get off on somebody. That's something
Mm-hmm.
that we've pretty much been established. It was rumored that he got into a fist fight with Floyd Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, yeah. When
I
he
don't
was
know
on,
if I really believe that. I just always, I
I could
don't
see him
know.
not seeing that. I could see him going after Floyd Mayweather no matter what. I see that in his DNA.
It's not me really talking about like his gangster or anything like that. I just see Floyd as the best defensive boxer that we've ever seen. I just can't see
Of course, he would have
Ti
got
being able
whooped.
to land one on
Of
Floyd.
course,
I'm
he would
thinking
have
like
got whooped.
Floyd is just born with that. Like, hold on, what's going on? And kind of
Yeah,
rolling out of it. Yeah,
yeah,
I just can't see Ti just getting off on Floyd. Like Floyd might. His reflex might be like, boom, knock Ti the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
yeah.
know. I wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? But we could get back to this story. I want to go ahead and try to quote from the article because I don't want to leave nothing out. I thought the story was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if
They
you
don't
know
have no
why he
footage
ended up
on the.
punching the
Do they
dude. Huh?
no, but do they have any footage?
No footage. No footage.
Oh, that's cool.
No footage. But I think they're in a good place now. Let me go ahead and read from the article. That way we're doing our due diligence. And then we could kind of analyze after. But I'll take it from the top. The chain smokers and Ti had quite the exchange recently, according to a TikTok video in which Drew Taggart recounted what happened during their recent performance together. Ti literally punched me in the face, Drew Taggart said in a clip that shows the duo performing at a nightclub alongside Ti and others. We're in a vibe, and I gave him a kiss on the cheek. It was totally my fault. His bandmate Alex Powell can be heard laughing in the background as Taggart breaks down what happened. I'm glad that they're having a good time with this, but where did Drew grow up to where he didn't understand that kissing a black man in his face is not going to be responded to very well? Like, somebody's going to react in violence.
Yeah, that's crazy that he would ever even try tip like that. That's like
Yeah, like why would he think that that was okay?
sweet. Yeah, like this is an like what kind of invitation did he give you to think that, but that's for another story.
Honestly, the first time we saw Will Smith smack somebody on camera was because of an unwanted kiss.
Mm.
And since then, we've seen Will Smith smack somebody else, of course, but you know, there's been examples of this in the media. So, but we don't want to get sidetracked too much. I'll go on with the article from Complex. He was like, "Don't do that," and I was like, "Okay." He pushed me off, and I was like, "All right, my bad." He said, with Powell adding that a member of Ti's crew approached him and said, "You need to get your boy." Taggart said. Ti punched him in the face, and he told the rapper he was sorry for the incident, and he was like, "All right, cool, we're good." It was the weirdest interaction ever, he added. And also, before anybody tries to drag Ti for being homophobic or anything like that, I think it was big of Drew to say, first of all, Ti is fully in the right here. I was feeling the vibes way too hard, and I kissed Ti on the cheek, and he punched me in the face for it. It's like fully fine. Taggart concluded. Yeah, that's all we have right here. That Complex said. I actually saw that Ti responded to the whole thing as well, and Ti. I'm going off memory here, but Ti was like, yeah, it was just a weird situation, and they had some things that they had to work through, but they're in a better place now. So I think that was big of Ti to not like hold it against the dude. He kind of checked him, and they were able to move forward, and they're friends still. And Ti even invited him on the podcast. So, do you have anything to add to that?
Seems a little spooky, but don't seem like your normal exchange. But I feel that I don't know if I could just been as nice as Tip was after all of that. It lets me to believe, like how was that vibe? How did he get the feeling the vibe too much? You know what I mean?
Well, white boys vibe different.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to. I don't want to paint with a broad brush. I don't want to be too general, but we know. Have you ever grown up with white boys?
Yeah, I've grown up with Europeans. Yeah, I've grown up with them.
Okay, so
They party hard.
that they have a thing where it was popular that I used to hear about in the white community where they would do things called teabagging.
I heard about that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of like they do this thing where they'll hit each other in the balls. I've seen like that be a white thing, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he thought this was a joke. I don't know if he thought that him and Ti were just that close that he was watching the old footage of how Cash Money used to get down back in the day. He just I don't know.
You have to ask Lil Wayne.
Yeah, maybe it was like a mafia thing.
But I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
If this was to happen to you, how would you feel you would react? You go to do an interview, somebody hit Shrewd News up like, hey, Cap, we want you on the interview, man. You go to the interview, you do a place, and he like, I looked up to your music so much, and he wanted to give you a kiss on the cheek or whatever, tried to kiss you. How would you react to this?
Well, I'm all about individual rights. And I feel like if you violated my space, then I have a green light to kind of check you. And it's not like Ti was out there trying to be a tough guy. I guess we're working with the hypothetical situation. Yeah, if somebody violates my space in that way, I might feel warranted to punch him. And I think that this was a great exchange. No guns got pulled out. They were able to walk away from this as friends. And Drew knew that he did something wrong, and he was corrected. I think that like more situations should end like this, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like when I don't think that violence is always the answer, but I do enjoy seeing exchanges where it could kind of like there could be a little dust up or something like that. It might go to fisticuffs, but then we've kind of set the tone. Now we've set boundaries now. Now you know how not to play with me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think Drew will make a mistake like that again with Ti, and they can move on.
Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but in the inner city, it's always you let somebody die. For growing up in the inner city is always you have to protect your masculinity. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or for some reason, So I think it's already programmed in a lot of us to act out that way of someone, but if a woman was to come up to you and give you a kiss unwarranted, would you put your hands on her?
I mean, she might get smacked too, Bob. I mean, I'm gonna give an equal opportunity to this. It's like it ain't You're violating my personal space. So let this be a lesson to women out there too. Consent is important. We've seen a lot of dust ups about this whole Me Too movement, and no means no, and we're in the age of consent now. Straight across the board. Anybody comes into my personal space unwarranted, every situation is different, but yeah, I'm not gonna take that off the table. We'll keep it there. I don't have anything else to add, but I'll let you have the
Right.
last word on this.
No, man, it's just an interesting story. That
Yeah,
we need to definitely let people. Everyone needs to understand our stance so they don't know we can't run into a situation like this because you know it's good that it went to a good place, but it could be seen as disrespect when you know where I stand at. You know what I mean?
yeah. I
You
think
can.
it's clear that Ti found it to be disrespectful, but I'm just glad they're in a good place now. Another thing I wanted to say about it is, you said something about protected masculinity. I think Ti had to handle it like that, like him being a rapper, and people are still giving Ti shit about that tips commercial that he did, and he was just trying to get out of jail. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really put nobody in jail, but even that, they're still giving Ti a hard time about that. Can you imagine the shit Ti would have to deal with if he let somebody kiss him in
Without doing
public and
anything
not doing it? Like, I think he had to choose violence in that moment just to protect the brand.
to protect the brand.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying?
You
But
know?
I know our time is limited, so I'm gonna move on. I wanted to bring up something. Last in a recent episode that we did, right? Politics was in a way different place. I
Oh,
remember we were talking about, was the gas prices Joe Biden's fault? Is the economy Joe Biden's fault? You know what I'm saying? I was even seeing people on the timeline say that, damn, I miss Trump. Look how quickly things have changed. Can we talk about it?
yeah, I mean, I think gas is going down. A lot of jobs has been opening that they giving out right now.
Well, gas is way down. Gas is down like 20%. It was on a trajectory down for like over 30 days straight.
Right, but that's why I told you that stat when I was on the phone with you. I said that in the summertime we have a lot more vacations. Kids aren't home. It's a lot more traveling. So I'm not saying that it didn't go down because of that, or maybe it could have been rising because of the vacations and people take a lot of trips. So it's a supply and demand issue. We don't really know. You know what I mean? It's a gray area there.
It's not a gray area. It has been answered, like it's
Go
well
ahead.
understood, but we don't have to even go back and forth about that. I'm just saying how things have changed. We were saying that Trump was leading in the polls and everything like that. He was still that. Now we know that Biden has passed the Inflation Reduction Act. Wages are up. Now, again, I don't think that presidents control gas prices, but if people were blaming Biden from it, I'm saying that he could chalk this up as a win. So gas prices went down for 60 days straight. We talked about the Inflation
That was a
Reduction Act.
good.
Wages are up 0.5%. If you look at employment, they said that this is the lowest unemployment we've seen in like decades. Biden's approval rating is up. He signed the Chips and Science Act. We could go into that deeper another time, or maybe we won't. But there's been a chip shortage. I feel like the world needs science. I'm a big advocate of science. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was big. He killed Iman al Zahari. I'm not saying that right, but he killed the top guy who was like right next to Bin Laden. So
Right.
on the other side of things, when we look at Trump, he just got raided. The IRS says that he has to hand over his tax returns. He was ducking that his whole presidency, finding all of these excuses. The IRS says that he gotta give those up. Also, the prosecutor in New York that's after him about his business dealings, Trump publicly called her a racist and
Oh,
everything like that.
she's black.
Yeah, she's black. So I'm just saying, like, isn't it crazy how things just kind of turned around? Like, you know, let me ask you this: in your personal experience, right? We could disagree on this. I'm okay if one of us thinks that presidents control gas prices and the other one doesn't. But I want to say this: a lot of people were blame, whether it's true or not. A lot of people blame Biden for the gas prices. Are those
Yeah.
same people giving him credit now that gas prices are down, unemployment is down? You know what I'm saying? Do you think people are going to give him that credit? Because
No.
we got the midterms coming up. You don't think he's going to get no credit for that?
No. I think that it's stuck in people's mind right now that it's stuck in people's mind right now that they just feel that they don't like Biden and they don't like Trump.
Mhm.
But this is normal. You got people, like anybody who's, even when Trump was in office, you had a lot of people that didn't like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was a lot. So I just think when you're on that, when you're on that kind of when you on that kind of level or on that kind of stage, it's like you're gonna have to deal with a lot of scrutiny, man. And it's hard to please everybody, bro. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's hard to please everybody. But I actually like some things because listen, I'm not for Republicans or Democrats, but I like some things that Biden did. I like the act with, the inflation reduction. I like that he's doing with the I like his acts that he
Oh
did on
yeah, man.
crypto.
That it's gonna
I
allow
feel
us
like
to
he's
get
doing some
cheaper drug prices too. I want to add that.
yeah, I feel like he's doing a good, he's doing some good things. I think every president is going to be doing some good things. You get what I mean? Like it's not going to be just a total wash. I just
Yeah,
think it's hard. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So we have to take that into consideration. We can't just like people praise Trump for things that he did, but every president has the power to come in and do something great. So it's like, what should we really be gauging these guys off of what they do off of, or are we just going to praise the good things that they do, which that's their job to, it's like you praising me for I'm at McDonald's and you praising me for making sure the burgers ain't burnt, you know making sure the fries ain't burnt. It's like that's my job. My job is to fix things and make it correct. So I think we have to, it got to be some kind of level of what we can expect them to do, or some statistics. But I like what Biden is doing right now. I like what he's doing.
Yeah. All I'm trying to say is he's doing some good things. You'll see a lot of people just complaining about everything Biden does while they sit on the couch all day. It's like that doesn't inspire anybody to just sit around and complain all the time. If something good happens, we should acknowledge it. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he's my favorite president ever. He wouldn't have been my first pick to even vote for. But if the man did something good, we got to acknowledge that. We can't just be negative and just buying this. When these same people, like I'm really talking about the Trump supporters. They don't
Right.
give the same kind of scrutiny to Trump that they'll give to Biden. You know what I'm saying? They want to just kind of just attribute everything to him. You know what I'm saying? I was seeing a lot of hate on Biden, dog, about the gas prices, which you know me. I'm still gonna stay when gas prices are good or bad, I'm always gonna say the same thing. Presidents don't control gas prices, but you're gonna see presidents taking credit for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that people are
Right. They've
easily
been
kind of
taking
like
a
fooled
lot
by.
of credit for them gas prices though lately, bro.
Yeah, I don't play the game either way. Whether
Right.
they're good or bad, presidents have very little to do with that. And if you look at like the things that they can do, like tap into the strategic oil reserve, if you see how little it reduces the gas prices, it's not nothing that's going to make or break your household budget. So it's just, I did want to just kind of touch on that though, just to see how things is changing. And it kind of motivates me, not kind of, it 100% motivates me to vote in the midterms. I was gonna vote anyway, but I feel like Democrats historically, the party that won the presidency does bad in the midterms. Historically, that's just how it happens. I
That
think
makes
that we
sense.
might see something different in this midterms because of the Roe v. Wade situation, because Trump was just so terrible of a president, and the fact that Biden has been scoring some wins lately. Whether you want to give a man the credit or not, he been getting some shit done lately. We've been waiting for this whole environmental plan shit to work out, and when the Green New Deal didn't go through, people were kind of like, damn, well, what is really going to justify us voting for Biden, right? But I think people have a reason now. I think people got a reason now to vote in the midterm.
To vote for Biden in the midterm.
Well, not to vote for him in the midterms, to vote in the midterms, vote for more Democrats to
Vote for
keep
more Democrats
Democrats
in the
in
midterm.
power.
Right. I feel that, I've been seeing a lot of Trump supporters go way out. Like if you see in that, you sent me an article about what Trump said when he was like, "Hey man, if America don't get things right or get things cooled off, some very bad things are going to happen."
Wait a minute. Let me get a little bit closer to the quote and give some context to what you're saying. Donald Trump sent out a message through his people to Merrick Garland. He's the number one top cop in the country right now, and he's leading the charge on that investigation that got his place in Mar-a-Lago raided. Trump said, the country's on fire right now. What can I do to bring the heat down? Now, depending on how you want to interpret that, Trump could just be saying, things in the country are bad. How could I make the situation better? Because we've been seeing a lot of threats towards the FBI. There was even somebody who
somebody got arrested.
No, somebody got killed playing with the FBI. Yeah.
No, not the FBI, but somebody got killed playing with them.
No, tried to rush the building or something.
Gotcha.
But these are that people who follow Trump are willing to act in violence. We saw that in January 6th and stuff like that. So when people see Trump get raided and Trump is saying things like, oh, they're targeting me, somebody might want to do something crazy. We've seen more threats to the FBI recently, and somebody even went up to the FBI building, and I think they got dealt with. I'm just going off memory here. But the point I want to get back to is that even statement that you're saying, I feel like that was like a mob threat. I think Trump was really trying to flex his muscle.
And Trump really on some gangster shit out here.
Yes, I do. Even that statement, I don't think it was I don't think I interpreted it the way that you interpreted. I saw that as some gangster shit. Look, yo, it's getting kind of hot in that kitchen. Is there anything I can do for you to try to bring the temperature down? That's the same thing to me. He's trying to threaten him without it being
a threat.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to threaten you in a cool way. You know what I'm saying? But if you try to come back at me for that, I'd be like, whoa, I was just trying to help the country. Well, I don't know what you thought this was. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you're saying something that's right on. But the thing, what I'm saying is, I don't think that this means well for Biden, because I just don't see where this man's supporters are just turning over. I think that, I see a lot of people that are they're passionate about defending Trump.
I hear what you're saying.
I never seen this ever. I never seen no one that passionate unless it was black people for Obama. You know what I mean? As far as, when Trump, when Obama first started and everybody was passionate about their president, about having a black president. The passion that I'm seeing what people are showing for Trump is just it's strange. It's
I don't think passion is the right word. I think that he has a cult following. I think that these people are not. But I think they're cognitively limited. I'm trying to find a way to say that these people are dumb without saying that they're dumb. You know what I'm saying? But they are. He has a team, a big following, a cult following of really dumb people that's just going to believe anything that he says. He gets raided for, being in, for potentially violating the Espionage Act. He took some documents from the White House to his home that he shouldn't have taken. That's why they raided him. And Trump says that they're targeting me. I'm being treated unfairly. And really dumb people who follow Trump believe that. So they don't see it the way that I see it. They're saying that Trump's a good guy and there's a deep state that's targeting him because he wants to save America. So that passion that you're talking about, it's not, nobody's going to follow like Biden like that because he's not peddling conspiracy theories and he's not just out here lying to gullible people. Sensible people are not going to follow people like they follow Trump. It's a cult thing. You get what I'm trying to say?
Right. So you're saying that Biden won't get that kind of
support ever. No, not that kind of support. There might be people there might be sensible people like me who are like, I don't really care about Biden outside of what he could do for me. When he's not president anymore, I'm not going to care about him. I think he's a human being. I don't put him up on some pedestal. It's the goals that he has are more closely aligned with my goals than the Republican Party or Trump's is. So that's the guy I'm supporting. That's it. I don't care about him outside of that.
Right.
Trump, he can tell these people anything and they'll believe it. He's still collecting donations to overturn the past election.
Right. So what I'm telling you is, I get what you're saying. That occult following. You're basically saying that is Biden, no one's gonna, be on a cult following for Biden like that because
he doesn't peddle conspiracy theories. He's not telling people crazy things. Trump is repeating shit from QAnon. Stuff that he's peddling the great replacement theory. Remember when we watched that footage of Trump standing behind a woman quoting Hitler and getting applause for it? We covered that on the episode. So it's a whole different beast than the type of support that Biden is going to get. So when you say that, people are supporting Trump with a certain passion I haven't seen before. Yeah, I agree with you. And it's scary. I don't think it's because of anything good. I think that these people are just really dumb and gullible, and they're hateful people on top of that. He's been able to tap into that. What do you say to that?
I can't really say that the people are, I don't know. I just feel that the people that support Biden, we don't see them standing on support on all of his things that he go through like we see the people that supported Trump. Whatever Trump did, right or wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're saying the same thing. It's like when you're sycophantic, when you're following a cult of personality, this person, your guy, could do no wrong in your eyes. You're going to make excuses for everything that he does wrong. I think that people who are on the left, if Biden does something that's not that great, they're going to speak on it. They're going to say, this wasn't my first pick. If he does something that's wrong, they're going to say, Biden didn't do right on that. I don't like that he did that. You're not going to get that same kind of objectivity with Trump followers. It's just not going to happen.
But what I'm saying, because we in this popularity vote for me type of environment with the president, so whoever gets elected, it makes it seem like you need this following. You need the people that respect what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They stand behind you.
So what you're saying is true. How did Trump lose the election?
Hey.
Exactly. So they don't have to be loud. When it came time to voting, them people came out and voted for Biden. So that's really what's most important. Maybe not. Look, I'm supporting Biden, right? I'm not necessarily a Democrat, but I'm going to vote for the Democrat over the parties, the candidates that I see the Republicans have, it don't mean that I'm going to always be beating the drum for Biden. I don't have a Biden sticker on the back of my car. I don't have one of those lawn advertisement. What do they even call that? You know what I'm saying? But you'll see Trump people will have the stickers, the shit in their lawn. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be loud on social media. People who is just
made a reference to saying that it's just dumb people. I think that people are looking at how Trump is being handled, and it's like us praising, like how we was talking about Boosie, how you was like, hey man, Boosie, and he got this following of what he
You're
does.
talking about a conversation we had off air.
Yeah, my bad. We had
just for the audience,
yeah, so they understand.
Yeah.
I think that Trump, he has this following, and it's like, it's hard for me to say. I think people look at him as like, you know, it's like an image. It's like, man, this guy's going up against, he don't care. It's like anti-government. So this is why he has that, you know, he seems as somebody who's trying to go against the grain. And it looks like,
if you're dumb, you would think that, is what I'm trying to say.
What I'm saying is right, but however, it's you know, he looks at as somebody who's going up against the grain, is trying to fight, whatever, and this is how he gets this following. But with Biden, like I said, it's not those people who are going to be on an occult type of following. You're going to respect him for what he is. So that's why I think Biden is outmatched in the midterm elections.
He's not running for anything in the midterm election.
I mean, as far as his popularity. If you would ask me, I haven't seen numbers.
Well, you haven't looked at the numbers, but according to a Reuters Ipsos poll, his what do you call that? Approval ratings. They're going up. They're upticking. So, you know, if you look at the numbers, you'll see that it's been a complete turnaround from before.
When the prices was going up, that's when I seen how, you know, publicly.
You mean when gas prices were going down?
Gas prices going up. Now that gas prices going down, I probably
there's been a big change. And I mean, I don't want to be reductive. It's not all because of the gas prices, but he's passing shit. He's getting shit passed.
Yeah, he's doing it.
So, and then a lot of people like this might be illegal because there was no due process. But the fact that Biden killed that terrorist organization leader, a lot of people would look at that as a good thing. I think that helped with his approval rating.
Yeah, I think that did a lot. I think that did a lot.
It's just one of those things. But I mean, you said it all. I don't have anything else to add to that, but I did think it was important to talk about politics. You have anything you want to add about that one?
Yeah, I mean, just a little strange about him taking out Osama bin Laden's, one of his right-hand men. What was strange to me about that was, you know, Biden said he had nothing to do with them raiding Trump's home and sending the people in. But the guy that killed, you know, it was a drone that killed that guy that they got. It was a drone that killed him. So what was just crazy to me about that was the fact that we wouldn't use these tactics on Russia. You know what I mean? Like, are we going to war with Russia? Is it something going on, or it's no war at all, I guess, with what Ukraine is?
We're not in a war with Russia. Ukraine and Russia are in a war, and they are using drones. We actually gave them drones.
Got you. Okay, so that's what it is. All right. Okay, so that's all I was saying, that if we're helping Ukraine, long as we gave them some drones, it makes sense. What you're saying, we gave
fair
them
enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And one more thing I want to say, because we do talk about wealth, health, and deeper understanding of self.
Yeah, we definitely
on this show. Interesting topic I wanted to bring up, man. A lot of people might not realize this. It's not going to be the best news that you hear today. But I think that this is a story that is not getting enough attention. Okay.
$65 jeans on top.
No,
rainwater?
Rainwater unsafe to drink amid forever chemicals. Now they're talking about rainwater all over the world. And the reason why the rainwater is unsafe to drink is because it may cause your body to not be able to mount a proper immune system response to vaccines and stuff like that. I'll read from the article here, though. August 15th, 2022. It's unsafe to drink rainwater due to ongoing presence of forever chemicals, according to a new study published in the journal Environmental Science and Technology. I want to add this. You see how they say a new study published in a journal? That's a good place to get your science news from. When you see these crazy memes on your Facebook timeline, nickels sticking to people's arms about vaccines and stuff, that's not a credible source of information. Real science news and stuff like that it gets published in journals. But moving on. Researchers found major environmental contamination of per and wow, that's a big word. Polyfluoroalkyl substances, or PFAs. We could call them PFAs, which are human-made chemicals used in numerous products, such as food packaging and waterproof clothing. The chemicals can spread in the atmosphere and are now found across the globe, including in rainwater, snow, soil, and even in human blood. What they're saying, Bob, is we can't even do anything about these chemicals. They're here to stay. Until we come up with some new technology that we're not aware of right now, we haven't discovered yet, we haven't made yet, yeah, it's here to stay. So we can't even reduce this stuff. We just got to deal with it. PFAs are called forever chemicals because they can last for thousands of years. Various health conditions have been linked to PFAs contamination, including cancer, infertility, pregnancy complications, learning and behavior problems in children, immune system issues, and higher cholesterol, the researchers wrote. During the last 20 years, countries have decreased their recommended limits of PFAs in drinking water, surface water, and soil due to new insights about their toxic nature, the researchers wrote. And as a result, the levels in the environment are now higher than recommended guidelines. So, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's crazy. And it's
Look at
crazy
the world we in
because
right now, right?
right, like where are all these chemicals going that they're using for a lot of industrial stuff?
I mean, look, I tried to stop talking about Biden, but he passed the most ambitious piece of legislation for the environment that any president has ever passed with that Inflation Reduction Act. There's a lot of things to try to lower our carbon footprint. They're even giving tax credits for people buying electric cars. And we need to get off the gas. We just spent minutes talking about gas prices. We need to get off gas. The shit is too expensive. And honestly, there's a lot of people out there who will argue that gas prices being low is not even a good thing. Gas prices being high lowers demand. High gas prices is not even good for gas companies if you think about it, because it lowers the demand for gas. If gas prices keep on rising, people start to think, let me get an electric car. Why am I keep on the upkeep of this car is just too expensive. I could save money if I get an electric car, especially now if Biden is giving tax credits. And it's better for the environment. And you'll hear people come up with these arguments. They'll be like, well, to even make an electric car, you got to do it at a plant, and the plants are going to be powered by, fossil fuels, and that's going to hurt the environment. But the thing is, the idea is not to, we know that we're not going to reduce our carbon footprint to zero tomorrow. The idea is to reduce it and reduce it and reduce it. So that's still better than us driving around releasing gas into the atmosphere all day and every day. If we could do things like use renewable energy, it would make the world a better place. So it's just something to think about. I wanted to bring this up because there's a lot of talk about, we're getting too the criminal justice system. Trump's talking about the FBI raided him. We're always talking about how much rent a man should pay. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about who went to jail. We're talking about all these things that people get so passionate about. But it's like people forget we got to be passionate about the environment too. None of that stuff matters if your house is underwater. How you feel about Brittany Griner, how you feel about Trump, how you feel about Biden, all of that stuff is not going to matter if the planet is too hot for our crops to grow. And then we got food shortages and stuff like that. You ain't going to be able to march about all of the shit that you talking about, that you think you passionate about, if we don't have a planet to live on.
Right. Whew. So how do you feel about that? Was great. That was admirable.
Yeah, I went in. I ain't mean to just get too passionate like that, Bob. Let me just take it down a few notches.
That's good.
Go ahead.
So do you agree with what Elon Musk said? He said if we keep doing the planet like this, that the planet will be destroyed. You believe that?
Yeah, I mean, there's been scientists talking about global warming and things we're doing in the planet and where it's going to lead. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be the ultimate result. We're going to destroy the planet. Yeah, it's an existential threat. So we need to take this stuff seriously. It would be a disservice to the people if we got in here talking about T.I. punching the front singer to the Chainsmokers and we don't sit in here and talk about the environment, at least a little bit.
Right.
Especially people who look like us.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Yeah, so I mean, we 41 minutes in. I think we did good here, Bob.
Yeah, we did good, man. We can definitely get some good points out of here, chop it up, let everybody see different parts of it, and
yeah, definitely. You looking a little fuzzy over there, my boy. We gotta get
I know,
you
man.
right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I may have to pull out the 4KTs, man.
Yeah, but, that'll be a great addition to the program. Another thing too, we can get into. I don't know how deep you want to get into it before we go. Did you know that it's been discovered that if I have an Android, right, and you have an iPhone, if you send me a picture, what's gonna happen?
It has to load, right?
Yeah, it has to load, but you might notice that if you send your friends on Android a picture from your iPhone, the videos and pictures sometimes come out blurry, just about all the time.
Wow. I never peeped that, but
that's intentional on Apple's part.
So you think Apple is trying to like string hold?
I don't think.
You know they trying to string
hold. The article that came out, man, we might have to go deeper into this, take a stronger look. But there's a piece of technology that all the other cell phone manufacturers have bought into, right? So it makes the interchange a little bit more seamless. If you send me a picture, it's going to look the same or basically the same from my phone to yours. Apple has opted out of that. Like, oh, we ain't really messing with that. So it gives the appearance that the Android phone ain't as good. Apple knows that. And that's not really the case. I just got reminded of that because I noticed you was looking a little blurry. That just reminded me of that story. You think we should take a stronger look at that in an episode to come, or that ain't that interesting?
We definitely need to look into the little tactics of these companies on how they get. Man. Like there's a lot of companies that's a little shady with how they do their practice, so it's good to highlight.
And just the whole Apple versus Android conversation has been heating up for years, and I thought that was very telling that Apple would do that. You would think that they would want to do the best thing for their customers. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm an Apple user, if I want to send a video from my phone to my friend that has an Android, the best thing for me is that the video gets there looking the way that it did from my phone, right? Mm-hmm. Now I got to send it to WhatsApp and all of this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Just so Apple could have the appearance that they have this superior technology, when I'm not convinced that that's the case, man.
Wow. So you don't believe in Apple?
We'll
Gotcha.
take a stronger look at it,
Yeah.
possibly, in an episode to
Yeah.
come. But I want to bring up the receipts. I don't want to just be here, shooting from the hip. I'll bring up the receipts because now I don't want to sound biased, like just because I got an Android, I'm just gonna
Yeah,
be.
because I got an Apple and I'm more fuzzy and you looking more clear.
Well, this is the laptop thing. I don't think that really plays into this,
Yeah.
but
Oh, okay.
that's that's a story for another day. But I think we did good, man. I'm glad that we could get here and just grace the people once again, man. We're gonna try to keep
Yeah,
it more consistent for our audience, man. But hey, we try to get that money, man. It's been a busy week for us, but I'm glad we were able to get together and get one up, chalk one up on the board.
straight up, man. Straight up, man. So hey, man,
Yeah.
health, wealth, and a deeper understanding of self. Anything you want to close them out with?
Man, go. If we said anything that you disagree with, if you want to weigh in on any of the topics, you got any suggestions, uh, critiques, if you want to hate, troll, get at us in the comments. And you can find me on Facebook right now. I'm at Ja Israel on Facebook, and the email is JCAPISRAEL JCAPIsrael at Gmail. Where could the people find you at, Bob?
Hey, envirely.com, where you can hit me at, as I'm still providing wholesale solutions for families in the US, man. So you can get the quality water that you need in your home. Like we just talked about how the rainwater,
Mhm.
all of these chemicals out here ain't safe. So
That's
I'm
right.
just doing my all diligence every day and making sure everybody deserves to get the best water that they can. So you can check me on www.envirely.com, where you can book your appointment and I could pretty much show you how, at a monthly cost of even low as $40 to $30 that you can get, treated water for your home. So definitely contact me there.
Yeah.
So hey, we're gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah,